subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Yohoy, man, a.k.a. Lil Ya from UNLV, you see. Capital TC, Tec-9, the other half of UNLV. You rocking with the Donnie Houston show, New Orleans in here, stand up. H-Town, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's going down. It's Donnie Houston podcast. I am Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. We got two special guests, man. I'm talking about New Orleans legends. You know what I'm saying? One here is back, you know what I'm saying, for another time. One here is back home for the first time, man. It's going down. UNLV, Lil Ya and Tec-9. What's going down, man?
What's up, Donnie, man?
What's up, man? Back to be back. You with me?
We've been talking about this moment for a minute, man.
Yeah,
bro.
It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Man, likewise, man. Likewise. I know we had chopped it up on the phone, you know what I mean, when you was getting ready to come home, man.
Right.
It's an honor to have you here, man.
It seemed like forever, huh?
Man, been a minute, man. How y'all, first of all, before we get into you being gone, how it feel to be back together, man?
That's special. That's a special feeling right there, man. You know, we both are special on our own, but it's nothing like being the team that we grew up to be. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that.
It feel more the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, holding it down alone ain't really what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be that way. That was an unfortunate situation, but now it feel like it's supposed to be this way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Yella gone, we can't replace that at all. That's why we never tried with another member. You know what I'm saying? But his spirit is always with us. As always. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Tech, man. So tell me how I feel, man, being back home, man.
Awesome, man. It feels great. You know, I get a little anxiety every once in a while, but for the most part, man, I'm just ready to dive into the music. And my little sister, been keeping me putting me on game with this tech world and stuff like that. So it's exciting, man. I'm just anxious. You know, I got an arsenal of music. I'm just ready to get in there and continue recording and whatever the future holds for us, man. I'm just ready for it. Yeah, excited about it.
Yeah, because you've been gone. I mean, you left in what year?
17.
Oh man, yeah. So social media done changed even from where it was back then.
It changed a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
You really I see that I have to watch what I say and do and who I befriend and all that now, you know.
Cause you end up in some shit, you don't even,
Yeah, none of that the same, you know.
Yeah. Man, so you know, tell me, you know, what's been the plan? Like you say, you've been in the lab and all that since you've been back.
Yeah, that's been the plan. I wrote a bunch of music and to have us lyrically ready, you know, to go in and that's the plan. We going right in and drop an album, and you know, we have a few artists that we're gonna try to showcase after we drop an album. And then I also been writing for other artists and basically that's the plan afterwards, to produce other artists and write for other artists, you know, like that, and run our company, UNLV Entertainment.
UNLV Entertainment, man. Talk about, you know, I talked to y'all about it, man, but talk about what that means to you, man. You know what I'm saying? UNLV, the name and the brand and all that.
Oh, man. It's really like we put our hood and we put our city on our back, you know, for the longest, for all these years. And at a certain point, we fell off, but we was always blessed with opportunities to keep coming back. It's just, you know, a lot of the times I fumbled the ball and I take responsibility for that. But now that I'm back headstrong, it's just a matter of time before, you know, we put it the way it gotta go and allow other people to be in that same position too. You know what I'm saying? Because of the work that we put in.
Yeah. Talk about, I mean, just, you know, how you even got involved with the group, you know what I'm saying? Y'all starting back in New Orleans as kids. And,
that
you know
was live, man. Me and y'all we met in junior high school, 7th, 8th grade, you know, about to squabble in the classroom and end up being the best of friends. We met like we was 11, 12 years old, something like that, you know, and we started out with a group called Sporty MCs, and for the most part, we was like shining the light on the negative impact of crack cocaine and drugs and drug addiction in our neighborhood. So most of our songs will be based about that, you know,
More so on a positive note of
the
just like
positive note
yeah.
about, you know, the negative effects of drug use and selling drugs. And we would enter all of the talent shows in the city. And we had little sis in the group. She was like 3, 4 years old, and that everybody was so amazed how she memorized and was so confident with her lyrics along. And I was the beatbox, and y'all was rapping.
You done a little rapping
And
too?
yeah, I did a little rapping.
Was Yella with y'all at Sporting
No.
MC?
Nah,
Okay.
Yella wasn't with us, and we was what gave us the confidence. Every talent show we entered, we pulled away with first place, so that gave us more energy to want to do the next one and want to do the next one. You know, it really wasn't a situation where, you know, we didn't have success in the beginning, but we had to just be steadfast and keep going, keep going. We saw instant success, you know, and
Wait, because I was watching some the other day and they was talking about how, you know, Mac was a young kid back then. Were y'all ever crossing up with him when
Nah,
y'all were that
Mac
young?
was
That's,
on
that's a
before
different.
us.
Okay.
Mac was on before us.
Yeah.
He had that I Need Wills.
yeah,
remember?
he had a litany. I knew
Yeah, he was younger than us, but he was on before us too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So basically, after the talent show era, we laid off a while because one of the first prizes was a record deal, trip to New York, and a record deal. And I guess that, you know, they really it was crap because it didn't fall through like that. So it kind of discouraged us, and we fell back for a little while. And then maybe some years later, like high school, you know, we sneaking in clubs and stuff like this, and we had people like Juvenile mentioning our names in a song he did with this guy DJ Jimmy, you know. So that kind of like gave us the inspiration. And one night the DJ just putting on the Trigger Man beat, you know, they were just rewinding and keep it going. And we grabbed the mic and started freestyling off it. But little did we know the DJ recorded it, you know. So the following week we go back to the club and he playing it and everybody liking it and dancing it to us. So that's when we realized that, you know, go ahead and put it in a song form, and we went and recorded it. And that's how UNLV was born.
So Yella wasn't even with y'all at that time.
No, he
Nah.
still wasn't. Yella didn't join the group until we started producing Six and Barone album.
See, Yella was a part of us. Like we had like maybe 7 of us.
Yeah.
We used to call ourselves UNLV, but we wasn't rapping. You know what I'm saying? It was just our
That was just a crew name.
Like they
Just
say
a crew.
gang shit. The crew name was UNLV.
Yeah.
Yella was one of those. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't actually a rapper.
Simply
It was just
because
me
he
and
was
him
from the
rap.
hood. That was our friend. He was part of that.
Yeah.
But when it came down to the music part, you know, Yella, he always wanted to be. I wound up living with Yella for a little bit after falling out with my peeps at home. And he would press me a lot about getting in, introducing them to baby.
Wait. You can't skip. What were you falling out with your people about? You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That
man,
young,
I
bro?
was a knucklehead, Donnie.
That was
dog.
Sean Polk incident there, huh?
Yeah, I was a knucklehead, man. I done. My pops died when I was like 12, so after he died, I kind of started going astray and, you know, venturing off into the streets looking for that guidance and acceptance and that love, and I wound up selling coke. And one
And this
guy,
is how old are you at this time?
oh man, I'm like 13, 14
Oh,
years
young
old.
in the game. How you get introduced to the game like that?
Man.
Or you put yourself in the game like, man, I'm finna get out here and see what's happening.
Just really seeing, you know, after I lost my pops, it was like, you know, you on your own, basically, as I thought. But it really wasn't like that, you know. But I guess I was kind of angry and confused, and I see guys with fresh guys my age or a little bit older with cars, jewelry, money, wives of money. And I wanted that, you know. When my pops left, he left my mom's with the responsibility of taking care of the house herself as a single parent. It was hard. So that left, you know, me not being able to get what I wanted when I wanted, like it was when my dad was living. You know what I'm saying? So I still wanted it, and some kind of way I seen a way to get it. A couple of guys who I was close with, they had some work. you know, they was heavy in the game, and they put it in my hand. And little be known, my mom found it. She searched my room and found it. So that's how we fell out, and that's how I ended up getting put out the house. And I go over by Yella. Yella was the only child, so he really needed some company, wanted some company. But, you know, Yella had a little plan the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So after so long, he was like, man, introduce me to baby. I tell your manager, you got a third wheel, you know, da-da-da-da. So
y'all already was with Cash Money.
yeah,
We Cash
yeah,
Money
we was already,
yeah.
we was with Cash Money. As soon as when we dropped our first project, that was under Cash Money. It's called
He
Another
wasn't
Bitch.
not at 13 though.
Not that early, but with the
This-
club era, yeah.
So talk about, you know, y'all meeting Cash Money, you know what I'm saying, meeting Birdman and Slim and, you know, that whole thing, how they had it set up over there.
You got it?
Running.
All right.
Running. I told
Well, when we,
I mean, I want to compare
the way we met Birdman and them was when the tape that we got from the club.
The one that night y'all did.
Yeah, we started dubbing that tape, selling it for $5. The whole city of New Orleans had a copy of that tape, and Birdman and Slim got their hands on that tape, and the number of the guy who recorded it was on that tape, and he contacted him, and the dude told us they wanted to meet with us, so we all set up a meeting, and we go to the office and met up with him, and we locked in from that day, the first day, and we decided to re-release that single, Another Bitch, and we made a clean and a dirty side to it, and that was our first project with them.
You know, what was funny when we met them dudes, we was on the elevator with them, and they built in the building that the office was in, right? We didn't know who they was. They didn't know who we was, because, you know, at those times, you didn't
Ain't
have
no faces to.
Right. So we on the elevator looking, you know, got off the elevator on the same floor they did, but they went the opposite way. You know, so as we on the elevator, we like looking at them, they looking at us like we dope boys, and we looking at them like they dope
wasn't
boys
who we
too.
expected
you know what I'm
to
saying?
see. We wasn't.
We looking at
yeah.
for businessmen, you know what I'm saying? I guess they looking for, you know what I'm saying? Oh, some little youngsters or whatever, woo the woo, you know what I'm saying? So we looking at each other like, dang, we both out of line, we both out of pocket. So we ended up going to the right office, and it was their building, it was their office. And they was like, damn, y'all just was on the elevator with us, huh? We was like, yeah, man. So that's how we actually.
That's how it actually started.
Yep.
Tell me, okay, back then getting a deal, y'all signed, like, how did that process go? They offer y'all contracts and y'all say, well, let me look at the lawyer. Like, shit, man, we got a record deal.
Yeah, we definitely did that.
Yeah.
We that was our back then. That was our main thing, was just to cut a record. You know what I'm saying? We probably had dreams of really being big with it or going where we at with it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But back then we just wanted to cut a record. You know, far as what happened to us when we were young. You know what I'm saying? We seeing these all the partners, Juvenile, them cutting records. Okay, we got another chance. We want to do this now.
Yeah.
So we was basically on that. But we didn't just sign anything. You know, I can remember we getting our contracts, bringing it to my mama. She knew an entertainment lawyer, and he looked at the contracts before we actually signed them. And you know, they met my mom. They met his mama too. They met his mom, but you know, even though we were like 18, 17, they came there respectfully or whatever. It wasn't just handing no contracts and signing, and we locked.
The biggest part about it is we was just happy to get a chance to do something that's gonna get us out the hood. You
and
know
then
what
we
I'm
were
saying?
saying legal money, you know, before the contracts came. You know, they was having ways where we could get some money doing shows and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, through Cash Money.
Yeah.
No,
Cash
so
money.
y'all had already built that relationship.
Yeah.
We was
had that
already
trust and
hot
all
on
that.
the streets of New Orleans. But when they, you know, picked it up and distributed the tape everywhere over Louisiana, that's where we started traveling, going to make money at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what else is going on? Is like Big Boy already happening at that time? Like what else is going on in the city at that
What
time?
was going on with Big Boy?
The only thing that was really happening during that time was DJ Jimmy, TT Tucker, and Everlasting Hitman. Those were the biggest rap artists during that time. DJ Jimmy was the one that gave Juvenile his first chance to record. And when Juvenile recorded with him, he referenced us in it, which also helped shine a light on. Now that people want to know, all right, I'm hearing that name, UNLV. Then Juvenile saying it, You know, at the same time they want to know who Juvenile is, they want to know who UNLV is also. You know what
It
I'm
was
saying?
like the chilling circuit of New Orleans, but Big Boy wasn't on it. I'm just noticing that.
Yeah, Big Boy
Big Boy
wasn't
Big Boy
established just
came up
yet.
when everybody went to getting the artists on their roster. That's when you got the Tifos and the big boys, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I can honestly say that Cash Money laid the foundation for like roster record companies, you know, with rosters like that. Because when after them, then that's when you start seeing all of the companies pop up and have a large roster of people. But pretty much, I mean, No Limit was there, but No Limit wasn't
They were more in California, right?
stamped
Early
in
on,
New
right?
Orleans yet.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
where they
they
went.
became
That's where they
stamped
started.
later on, but at this time, no record label really had made no noise outside of Cash Money. And then you had a bunch of labels that followed. You know, all those guys had talented artists, but if I can you remember right, Cash Money was the first to like
Right.
build something like that.
Most people were just running independent with a name. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
wasn't stamped with no label.
Right.
And Cash Money was the first, say home that people was locking in with. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all get over there. Who else is on artists and who was on production? Because
Kilo
Manny
G.
wasn't over there early, right?
No,
Nah,
it wasn't Manny.
it was Kilo G and Goldfingers, dude named Roland, and Goldfingers was doing the
Big Row.
tracks.
Big Row was doing the tracks and Kilo G was like this oversized big youngster. He looked 30, but he was 15.
And he was on the production.
Nah, he
Oh,
was
he was
a,
on.
he
He was
was
an
Shouts
a
out
artist.
rapper.
R.I.P.
So
Kilo,
it was Kilo
man.
G and y'all,
Yes,
Yup.
that's it.
and then the
That's
other
it.
cat on the production.
Yeah, and Kilo
No
G was
shit.
an awesome artist, and you also had um PMW. PMW was there right after Kilo G and then us,
Right.
and
And Heavy
that
came
was
with
it.
PMW.
Yeah,
Right.
heavy came with PMW.
Shout out to them boys too. Man.
So when does Yella? You say after y'all dropped the first album, that's when he comes into the group.
First single.
The
the
first
first
After
single?
we
single.
dropped the first single, which was
Yeah.
another trick.
Hmm.
Then Yella joined the group on Six and Barone.
Hmm.
And that was our first album.
Because
Right.
he became a part of the group when we started recording Six and Barone.
And that's when we first met Manny too.
That's when we first met Manny.
And he was part of the label. Or he was just out there. Y'all just met him as
He
a
was-
DJ
he
and
was-
doing his thing.
Yeah,
We was introduced to him as a part of the label.
right.
Oh, so Six and Barone, Manny Fresh becomes a part of Cash Money.
Right.
At the same time.
First thing he ever produced with Cash Money.
That was his first project with Cash Money, Six and Barone
No
by
shit.
UNLV.
So y'all drop Six and Barone. And like, what type of impact does that have on the city? And like, where does that take y'all once y'all go from we just got this single to now we got this album? You know what I mean?
It stamped us. That album that stamped us early in the game. Cause I mean I feel like another bitch had us in the clubs and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were certified on the streets, you know what I'm saying, of New Orleans. But Six and Barone, I mean, it was a whole nother dimension of the game that we hadn't captured.
Six and Barone opened the doors for the label and the artists behind us financially. You know what I'm saying? And I tell this story all the time. When we recorded Six and Barone album, it was literally in Manny Fresh's kitchen. He had his studio set up in the kitchen. We sitting on crates,
Not the studio, a kitchen.
separated
Literally the
on
kitchen.
in different corners with the mic running. I mean, we from the ground up. And once we dropped that Six and Barone album, you know how it go back in the days. You multiply them numbers times 15.99, we selling 30, 40, 50,000 copies of that. You know, so that opened the door financially. Now we done bumped up our level and gone into state of the art studios and recording, which opened the door for the artists behind us to, you know, they didn't get a chance to see the struggle because when they came in,
It was already laid out.
they came in with the structure already there, you know, as far as being able to record comfortably. You know what I'm saying?
What's some of the things that y'all remember from that era of Cash Money and y'all as new artists and them as a label, just trying to figure it out and, you know, some of them bumps? Because, you know, you bump your head along the way, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Eventually you figure it out, but it's like certain things where you're like, man, if we wouldn't have done this or if this, you know, this.
It was all a team effort.
Yeah, that's what I remember most.
Everybody did something.
I can remember being out at 2:30 in the morning, man. You think about you being an artist, you'll be in the club on your way home from the club. We all hammering our posters on wall on poles and shit, street
Y'all own
poles,
promo team,
our
man.
own
Yeah, we
shit.
got our own
We doing
promo team.
everything ourselves, man.
Mm.
Like really, damn near everything. I mean, under the company, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas out there, they CEOs, they doing it as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I
I
remember the
think that's
struggle, man.
the biggest part about it that was fun because we will all be together, clowning, drinking, smoking, whatever. But at the same time, we putting in work. We all over the city. Every time, every part of the city, we in it, and we stamping. If you when people wake up in the morning, they gonna see that the city littered up with UNLV. You know what I'm saying? Posters and
Right. At least for that day, because the motherfuckers, they going to take it down. You know what I'm saying?
they gonna take it down and
And we'll
bring it
be
in.
back on the block a week later doing the same spots all over.
Businesses,
That was
restaurants that
crazy,
we
man.
frequently ate at. We
Yep.
go in there, bless them with shirts and posters, and you know it gave us a celebrity in our city. You know, when we set up autograph signings and the line would be round the corner, kids and their parents waiting to come in and shake our hand and meet us and get an autograph from us. You know, we sitting up at a table. You know, that was the fun part about it.
So how is are y'all being able to live strictly off of music at this time, or it's kind of one of them things like because with a lot of people, early on in the game, like especially in the '90s, you talk about like the money wasn't necessarily always catching up because it was just so much going on. So a lot of people had to live a street life and do the music and balance it out and figure
I
out.
would say it didn't start for us until like 2006, where we was able to live, I mean, if we chose to, straight from our music.
2006.
Yeah, because, I mean,
You
we
talking
took
about 12 or so years
12
after?
or so years after. That's what it took. It took for us to win our masters, get all our business in order.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
biggest thing. You can have the
That was-
hottest record in the world,
Right.
but if your business ain't right, all that money gonna go into somebody else's pocket. So once we finally got our business right, we was able to lay back and reap the benefits from it. You know.
So in this time though, are y'all seeing it like the business ain't right, or y'all just looking like we new in the game?
Nah,
this
that's
is just the
funny
way that.
part. That's the funny part. Up until then, we was getting anything we wanted, but not knowing what we earned was greater.
Right.
So we was like almost blind to the fact that, we still got money we supposed to be picking up. You know
So you
what I'm
saying get what
We-
you want? So you got your
we get
car,
what
you
we
got your
asked,
house, you
yeah,
got your.
Right.
anything we asked.
If we
Not
ask,
just royalty time.
yeah, if we
Nah,
asked
not-
for
not just-
a check, they ain't had no problem with writing it. And now that I'm older today, I understand why they ain't had no problem with writing it because
Facts.
the money was there. We putting up all these numbers. Them checks was fat. You know, so what we asking for wasn't nothing compared to
What was really-
what was sitting there. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. So okay, who are y'all seeing as the label is building, like coming on? After because like you say, y'all dropped Six and Barone, and that allows them to be kind of financially stable to create a bigger roster and bigger artists, and
Right.
who all starts coming on after that?
Lil Slim probably came out the gate right after Six and Barone.
Yeah.
Lil Slim, then Pimp Daddy, Miss T,
BG.
BG.
Man, I just saw BG. He was rapping his ass off the other day, man. On they put it. Y'all seen that? It was something with him and Gucci, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that video.
Yeah, he was going.
Yeah.
BG came home strong. He's doing
Shouts
his
out to
thing.
BG, man.
Yeah.
So when BG comes over there, he's a kid, like what, a few years
Right.
younger than y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do y'all remember like when BG first come around?
Oh man, I remember that little badass dude with a crazy work ethic. Always kept that pad with him, dog. No matter where he was at, what he was doing, he kept a pad with him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I remember that, like when he first come around there. He was baby them already knew him because he was from VL. He stayed around VL. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't remember who he was until, his mama came up and was hollering at me, let me know she remember us and was like, yeah, that's him, that's him. We're like, yeah, that's him. We're like, yeah, But he was already a dope ass rapper, dog.
Yeah. So tell me about y'all making Uptown for Life and all that, man. Like that whole thing, man.
Uptown for Life to this day is our most successful album, and man, just making that album was amazing.
It was a
I
good
used to
time,
sit down and And when Yella first entered the group, he had no idea. He just wanted to be a part of it because he saw us with a little success. He had no idea what a 16 was, what a hook was, or none of that. I always sat down with him while I was living together at that time, and I taught him everything that I knew at that time, and he took off. So he was naturally talented. He just never was exposed to it. And he took off, man, he really became, one of the leaders in the group. And when we started recording Uptown for Life, it just came natural. We would sit down and, at either one of our houses and go over our lyrics, bring it to Manny, and that was the best part about recording with Manny. We never hooked up with Manny and he has played some beats for us. It was always tailor made.
Tailor made.
He would only
He
ask
ain't
us
sitting there hours neither.
right. He would only ask us to sing the hook for him, and that's it. We'll sing the hook for him. He bobbing his head. He was like, "All right." So we go and leave him in the room. He'll call us back in there, and boom, that's what he got. I'm like, God damn. And that's how it was created.
That shit sounds so amazing and just so organic, man. Like you say, a young y'all, a young Manny Fresh, and y'all just sitting there trying to figure it out.
Yeah. For the longest, man, it took us a while to because we were spoiled working with Manny. That was the only person we ever had work with. So every time we would work with another producer, we would unconsciously try to make them do what Manny do. And a lot of time that came out of our mouth. Like, we want something like Manny did. We want something like what Manny did for us, not allowing the next producer to be who he is. Maybe he can become the next Manny. But we were so stuck on him because our chemistry was so tight. We unconsciously held on to that. You know what I'm saying?
How did outside of rap in the studio, how did street life ever play a role in it? Like how y'all was doing y'all thing with the group and all that shit? Did y'all ever kind of blur that line between or was there a hard head in the group to say, man, well, we got to go get such and such out the streets, man. We got to go to the studio. You know what I'm saying?
That was me, man.
No
I
shit.
see all us had our problems. I wouldn't say it was hard head, but all of us had our own separate problems that affected the group. You know what I'm saying? Like he said he was a hard head or whatever. You know, how you figured you was a hard head?
Because I started when you in the main thing you gotta watch out for when you're an artist, and this for any young artist that's coming up right now, when you starting to have some success, you're gonna have people latch on.
Facts.
Some are gonna be beneficial to you and some gonna hurt you, be detrimental to you. And I had a lot of people that latch on that they intentions wasn't to hurt me, but what they was doing was going to eventually hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And I started doing it, using drugs and, not really. So I never really was no hell of a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? I used more drugs than I sold. And,
was this more, because, I always talk about Louisiana, everybody got their own drug culture, you know what I'm saying? But it's always interesting, like you hear the stories of like BG or like other artists in Louisiana. It was like the heroin thing was like big.
Right.
I mean, y'all had records about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how does? Well, I can't say how you get introduced to it. It's like I guess how you get introduced to anything else, depending on where you at. If that's what everybody doing, you know what I mean?
The big thing was, and I spoke about this before, is the big myth about heroin when I first did it was that you snort a bag of dope, you gonna fuck all night.
Yeah.
So that real me in right there.
Is it really like that? Because I mean, no shit.
Yeah, it's really like that. But what they don't tell you is that after you doing this,
you building that addiction
4, 5 times, 6 times, you do it a week straight. That second week when you decide I ain't fucking with her this week, you back on to your business shit and you ain't worrying about hooking up with a woman. Now it's life back. The fun is over. You back to taking care of your business. You realize you wake up that morning, you're not feeling good. And you trying to figure out what the hell wrong with me. I got the sweats, I got the chills, I got the shits. I ain't trying to be bothered. I got an attitude with everybody for nothing. That's unconsciously you addicted. And you really don't know that.
Over like a week or something, you say?
Yeah, you do any opioid, whether it's drink, pills, heroin, morphine, whatever it is. If you do that shit more than 5 days in a row, that 6th day, your body is gonna be telling you to go get it again, or you're gonna feel bad. And it's hard to shake it off unless you go cold turkey. You know, it ain't nothing that you could just go to sleep and start and wake up the next day feel better. Your body gonna go through something to all that toxic, leave out of your body. And that's what the person who introduced me to the drug, they didn't tell me about that part.
Was
You
it an
know what I'm
older
saying?
person or y'all was
Yeah,
still
it was my older partner. He's like my play pops. Big Rufus, rest in peace. He passed while I was locked up. I love him to death, man. You know, when Rufus came home, we locked in, and he called me his son, and I called him my pops, and that's how we really took care of each other. You couldn't tell Rufus nothing about me. And same with me. You can't tell me nothing about Rufus. We both had our faults, but that's how we was living. You know what I'm saying? And that affected the group because now it become like I ain't trying to show up to the studio. I ain't trying to do nothing until I get me some dope. Because I feel bad if I show up, I ain't gonna feel like doing nothing anyway. So once I get the dope in me, now I'm good. I'm gonna function like ain't nothing ever wrong with me.
Man, how long did that like stay with you?
For years, man, all through but off and on. You know what I'm saying? And this time here, when I got locked up, it really gave me time to reflect on all those years that I had been playing around with that. You know what I'm saying? I never really been set down like they set me down this time.
Did that play a role in you getting locked up?
Definitely played a role in my decision making. You know what I'm saying? I committed my crime, which I ain't. I have no secrets. I committed a aggravated robbery with money in my pocket. That I didn't have to do it, but just being greedy, wanting more. With an addictive way of thinking, I did it anyway. But if I wasn't using heroin, there's no way in the world I'd have did that because that's not the type of person that I am. But once I'm in that mode, everything go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, so where's Yella at this time? Is he kind of on the same type of tip or what
Yella?
Yeah.
Yella deceased. He been deceased.
I mean, I know that, but I'm saying at the time when all this was going on.
Yella, he was right there with me. Yella, it was like that was my protege. I pulled him off the porch. Anything I did, he was willing to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Whatever I did, he was willing to do it.
Dog. He
was willing to do it to prove to me that he not scary or he not a square. He would do anything I do. And that was the one, how they say misery love company. I'm the one, all right, I got my partner, he gonna do whatever, Y'all be on the side like y'all niggas tripping. But
See,
me
bro,
and
I
him,
look at it like them niggas. I mean, it was a motherfucker going through it with them, dog. But I wouldn't have went through it. I wouldn't have wanted to go through it no other way because them niggas taught me so much just by looking at the shit they was going through. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna say. What was the thing? Because I mean, when you in a group and you talking about, I mean, you really outnumbered. You got two guys over here. Oh, this. How was it for you to be like, man? You know what? I'm not getting involved, man.
Man, shit, bro. And then again, he used to respect a nigga so much with that shit. He ain't used to know. It wasn't like I didn't know what he was doing. I knew what he was doing, but he never done it around me for one. I thank him for this day, for showing me that respect. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I used to be like, for the longest, I used to be like, man, fuck, man, I hope the nigga just chill. And I used to try to, be mad with them because of what they like turning out like. But then I learned I can't change what I can't change. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it all felt like that, bro.
How was the label like dealing with y'all at this time? Because y'all young and what I'm saying, just wilding like that.
Just imagine your number one. It's like having oh man, we was the breadwinners. So they put up
much they do because of that. You know what I'm saying?
They put up with a lot of our shenanigans because we bringing in them big old 6-figure checks. But I think that played a big part of them restructuring and going out and creating the Hot Boys because it got to a point where we was out of control. We was becoming into our young adulthood. And now we starting to get curious because we seeing this, that, and the other. And we
Kids
felt like we
involved,
supposed
like,
to have the same
right.
thing they have. We didn't really understand the business, but in our minds, like we the ones out here on stage singing it, it's our records, but we really ain't understand the ins and out of the business. We just was high-headed, full of drugs, and all we know is the whole South love UNLV. You know what I'm saying? And we just wanted more than what we was getting, and that's where the breakup started coming at.
What okay, before we get to the breakup, talk about Dragon from the River, man. What do you remember about the day y'all did that record?
Man, I remember the way Dragon in the River came about. We all on the album, we all would do the album together, but we all would have a solo song on the album just by ourselves. So
Every album that we
every
did,
album we did,
we had
we
one or two
uniformed
solo
it the
songs
same
on
way.
there.
And Yella came up with the song, and me and him collabed on the hook, and we go in there, and man, Manny, we just like the same way. We sang the hook for him, and Manny go in there and cook the beat up. And we knew it was gonna be special. We knew it was gonna be special.
That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, when you make a record like that, you gotta know, like, man, we really jammed on this one. Man. Like,
We knew it was gonna be special. And it was motivated
And the
because
studio was off the chain. To me, it was just the time Uptown for Life album. It was just a good time, bro. You know what I'm saying? In life in general.
Cause y'all ain't in the kitchen no
Everybody
more. Now
was
y'all in the
chilling.
real
Yeah,
studio.
with a real studio.
comfortable.
Like Magno, Cali, all the projects getting along and all of them behind us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like just a good ass time, bro.
But then, like you said, I mean, y'all dropped that, but that's when the problems with y'all start having these issues with the label.
Yeah, because
did the success of that record make y'all even more curious and really kind of drive the issues? Like, man, now we got this big record. We ain't getting the money we feel like we supposed to be getting. We looking at y'all doing this, like,
right. It played.
And we went
Our
to finding
patience
out
played a
different
big part
things
of it too. You know, and I think it would have been more. We would have had more patience, but when we would ask questions, we were denied answers. So that made us angry. We wasn't used to that.
Right.
We was used to
Like,
communicate.
why
you say
y'all
when you
act
say
like-
denied answer, they just just downplaying
Yeah.
y'all.
It'll be like why what you don't trust us. That's how the response will be.
You don't
And we'll
trust
be
us?
like, damn, why you even gotta go that route? You know, we just asking the question. Damn, y'all don't trust. So you know how that is, you know what I'm saying? So automatically.
But you say y'all start finding out stuff though. You were just saying you said like what was the stuff?
Yeah,
y'all started-
like say for instance, I can remember a time where we had a concert and the concert was like X amount of money. That's what he told us. We didn't see the contract for the concert, but come to find out, we had talked to the promoter. The promoter told us it was more than what we got. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, damn, he told us it was this. So when we went to start asking for contracts for all the concerts, that was a problem.
Man, okay. So how bad did it get between y'all before y'all just said, man, you know what, man, we done. We not fucking with the label.
I don't think it got bad. I think it was like when we felt like we knew what we needed to know, we made a name for ourselves, we was ready to do us. That's when I think it got bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that like the business was just getting worse and worse. It wasn't like that.
You say do a name for yourself. So y'all start doing stuff outside of the company. Like, man, we gonna do our own show. We gonna.
That was the plan. That was the plan, but we wasn't ready as we thought we were.
Right. That's what we learned in the end.
We was just riding off to the fact that we famous, we successful, and we talented. And we thought that was just enough. And on the other hand, we didn't look at the business side of it, because we didn't have the business knowledge that we needed at that point to do it ourselves. We left anyway, just being hot-headed. You know what I'm saying? There were stories out there that we were fired or they put us out the group. That's not the truth. We left. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely left and wasn't ready to leave. on a business level
That
wise.
Birdman just said that in one of the interviews I saw recently.
Right.
That you wanted to leave. I let him. They wanted to leave, and I was like, damn, finally. You know what I'm saying? But the story was before that we had got kicked off the label and all that shit. That shit wasn't real, man. That shit wasn't true. Like a bunch of other stories you heard about us, but we always been the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? I always accepted that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah.
So when Yella's situation happens, y'all were already off the label.
Nah, we were still on the label.
Y'all still on Cash
We was
Money when
on
he
our
died?
way out the door.
We was on our way.
We was on our way out the door.
The talks was, we was talking to them, and we hadn't already confronted them about we ready to leave. We want X amount of money, and we want to part ways, which it took them by surprise. And I guess out of desperation, that's when they immediately start taking all those. The Hot Boys were all solo artists, but to make them another, group to try to mimic what we did, they put them
So
all
y'all was
together.
still there when they put them together.
No, right after their project didn't come out to after we left, but the plans to put them, all those artists were there.
They was there,
but they were solo
but
artists.
It wasn't a group at the time.
So when they no longer had a group UNLV, they took Wayne, BG, and Juvie and made them out of a group.
So Turk wasn't there at the time.
Turk was on his way there, but he wasn't really locked in. They added Turk, and there was even baby little nephew, BG Derek. He was initially supposed to be a part of the Hot Boys. For whatever reason, it didn't go through that way. But I can remember sitting down, and when they was talking about putting it together, he definitely was an original member that was supposed to be one of the Hot Boys. And for whatever reason, I really don't know, it didn't go through with him. And that's where Turk came in at. When he didn't become the member, that's when they added Turk to the Hot Boys. But Turk was added before they even put a Hot Boy project out. You ain't gonna find no Hot Boy project without Turk. You know what I'm saying?
What do y'all remember about Wayne being a kid and like coming around the label at that time? Because y'all already were established, like you said, and then here comes this
Wayne
other
was
kid.
always nice, though. Like real nice. And you just throw a picture out there, he could paint it. You feel me?
Was there any? I mean, were y'all separated on the label, or was there any like conglomerate? Which y'all was like, man, we hanging with these guys, we kicking it, or was like, man, we UNLV. This is Lil Wayne and BG, and then his.
I was always like a family, dog. With all the artists on the label, it was always like a family. You know what I'm saying?
When we in the studio,
we acknowledge them niggas as our brothers all the time. You know.
When we in the studio, it was done collectively.
Right?
Because they'll be like, all right, come on, y'all. It's BG turn. So we all come to the studio to contribute our verses and our hooks or whatever we got to do to support his project. And when it was UNLV time to record for their album, everybody will be there getting ready. That's what we called ourselves, the Local 580. Then we start calling ourselves 226 Black Connection. And when it's time to record for somebody's project, we all gonna show up to contribute out whatever we had to contribute to their project.
But like you say, I was about the Yella thing. He got killed while y'all were still on the label.
Yeah, it was toward the end though. We wasn't no longer recording. We had already requested
to be off
the label.
Shows no more.
Yeah,
but y'all was still technically signed to.
Yeah, we were still technically
booking
signed.
our own shows and shit. Yeah.
Damn. So how did that affect y'all, man? Because y'all went from 3-man to 2-man, like right there. In the midst of y'all success,
It messed us up for that dynamic because we had them recorded a few albums together, but as far as me and Ya, we realized we had to just get back to where we started because that's how we started anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of easy transition for me because not easy losing Yella, but it was easy to go back to where I started from because that's how we started. Me and him. You know what I'm saying? Yella definitely brought something different to the group because Yella was very animated, very talented. He thought outside the box. Just the way he talk and interact with you is how he would rap, and that's what made the group special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not just that he was our friend. You know what I'm saying? So we lost a friend, not just a group member.
Yeah. Man, how was it? You know, like you say, y'all decided to leave the label, and then that's when Cash Money just becomes worldwide. They you know, $30 million deal or whatever that deal was,
Of
Universal.
course,
Like,
it
how was
was it
that?
was hard for me to deal with like a motherfucker. In the beginning, seeing that shit, I think it was so hard for me to deal with because in my mind, until to this day, you can't tell me that we ain't a big part of that happening. You know what I'm saying? And to ask for what we asked for and not get it, I mean, it was a slap in the face to me at that time.
Hmm.
You know, now I feel like, maybe if we would have got what we asked for, all of us would be dead right now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't meant at the time. That's my mentality now.
You
You
say
know what
all
I'm
y'all to
saying?
be dead. Why you say that?
Because we asked for a substantial amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
And
That
we was living too
that we could
reckless.
right. We
Hmm.
was too young to really be
Maintaining
live.
that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but now I look at it like that. But then I used to be like, damn man, we built that shit, man, and these niggas got all these people. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you live and you learn. You
The
feel
the
me? So
deal was definitely structured around the numbers that we produce. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? When a major label comes looking at an independent label, they want to see what they're doing on their own, as
Whole
opposed to
catalog. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then, all right, if y'all doing that on your own with our big machine and this big old
Right.
budget, we can make this something enormous. And the numbers that they put on the table, 90% was would come from UNLV sales, and
And
and then
that's
you'll take what BG was selling because he was the next biggest selling artist
and that's on
outside
the
of
other
us.
hand, that's what's on the other hand telling me, look, man, y'all built that shit, y'all could do it for yourself and get a bigger pot. So that's what motivates us or motivates me to keep it pushing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all ever have a mindset of like, man, maybe we should try to go and like clean this relationship up and get back with the label? Where y'all was just like, man, once we gone, we gone. It is what it is.
It was just so much tension at the time. It's not like on site I'm gonna kill him or on site he gonna kill me. It was just the fact that okay, y'all men, we decided to leave. We live with that decision, and it is what it is. We ran across each other and talked here and there. Throughout the years. We had a family member die. Sugar Slim reached out and sent his condolences. So it ain't no, like I said, on no on site shit. It just was business. And with any business, right now, if the opportunity present itself to go further in business, with us or with whoever, the door is always open. As long as the business right now that we older, we understand what to do and what not to do first. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about just the mic, the studio, and record sales. It's way deeper than that right now. And it's so much more with this day and age with the internet. It's so much more that you can get off into right now. You got to make sure your business is straight.
Hmm.
So I don't have no enemies when it comes down to making money. Money green. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There ain't no enemies when it comes to that.
Yeah.
No bad blood, and
Big facts.
you know, when you grow, man, as you get older, if you don't grow mentally, morally, something is wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? You should be. That's like when I was in prison. I'm living around these guys 24/7. So if I have a disagreement with this person, as some kind of way, me and this person gonna have to sit down and talk about it because it's too stressful to be living around somebody,
With them type of problems, yeah.
with a problem. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if he gonna bust me in the head. He don't know if I'm gonna bust him in the head. So it's tension. So the best thing to do is to sit down and talk it out and iron that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at mentally with business. There ain't no bad blood when it comes to taking care of business. We don't have to hang or go out to eat together, but if we can do good business together, then that's a plus.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah. Well, man, talk about like you say, 2006 around that time, seven was when y'all really got to understand what the money meant by owning your masters. Talk about that process from owning your masters, because a lot of people still to this day trying to figure out how to own their masters.
As far as the legal part of how we did it, we're not allowed to talk about it because of the way the courts and stuff made it be. But we definitely they was generous enough not to fight us behind it.
Right.
and allowed us to get it. And now we're able to re-release. We still release it right now. You can go on iTunes or any streaming site and buy it, and that's how we've been eating
You
for
can
all these
also,
years.
there's so many different like areas, so many different things you can do to get money owning your own masters.
Right.
You know
Like
what
you
I'm
say,
saying?
y'all did the
From
vinyl
publishing
releases and all that.
vinyls,
Yeah.
vinyls. And
For
you get
release.
scores. You know, somebody might call us and want to put an old record in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Get
Yeah.
money for it. You own that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
what movie? Some movie.
Oh,
I don't even remember the movie.
I forgot the
There's
dude name, man.
dude in New York. He got booty buy from us, and he paid us, and he put that in the movie. And some guys in the UK, they wanted vinyls from us. You know, so it's ours now, so we was
Yeah,
able
so,
to, you know,
then the YouTube shit.
let them get it.
iTunes, so you put albums up anytime. We still got like 6 albums we have yet to put up.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like, I mean, we old in the game, but we got a big old future ahead of us. So a lot of different ways to make paper. You know what I'm saying? Plus this new shit that we own.
That's what I gonna say.
Yeah.
When can we expect the first record for y'all to officially jump out, whether it be single, album, whatever.
You know
whatever
what?
that looks
I was thinking about. I was telling Check last night. I was thinking about this Friday, but at the same time, I ain't tell you about what I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking, man, you know what, dog? It don't make no sense to put something out just to be out there to see if something we got something out. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sense about it and really get behind it and put them out like that. I mean, we got collectively, we got like 6, 7 strong albums right now since he come on. We recorded
Wait, 6,
that.
7 albums since you
6 songs, my bad, not albums, songs. We got 6, at least 7 songs that's strong that we could throw out any given time. But I just don't want to put it out there without promoting at least a little bit. Because we plan on coming with fire after fire after fire.
Right.
That's the game plan. So, I mean, we touch on them bitches a little bit and, you know what I'm saying, promote it, then put it out. So, maybe another month instead of Friday. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Not too long.
It's on the way though. It's definitely on the way. The food is out the stove, just sitting to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Ready to
saying?
be served.
It's been
Ready to
cooked
be-
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Definitely been cooked already.
Man, so man, you got your social media and all that together since you've been home?
Yeah,
Your
they schooling me.
Instagram
They
and all
schooling
that?
me on it, man. They schooling me on it. That social media done got a little goofy these days since I've been home. And I really don't want to get caught up too much in it, but I know I have to. You dig? But I'm just trying to navigate my way and see what and what not to mess with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they put me on it.
So you got an account set up, or you still just learning? What you
Yeah,
got
I got an account set up.
Well, let's before we close out, that's what I say.
Real
Let's get your
Tech
social media and get that.
The YouTube, you can find me on the Real Tec-9 UNLV. And Instagram and Facebook is Tec-9 UNLV.
And then Lil Ya,
Lil Ya, UNLV. Oh, and y'all fat UNLV on Facebook. But I'm all up on though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure, man.
Yup,
Listen,
yup.
y'all got anything before we close out?
Oh yeah, I won't add that. We was blessed to be getting the key to our city on the 28th of this month, November
no shit.
28th.
Finally,
So if
man.
y'all air this after this, just know we be
Man,
holding the
that's
kid.
what's up, man.
The key to the
Congratulations,
city of
man.
New Orleans
Yeah,
is
man.
honoring UNLV.
Yup.
That's a big deal, man. And
The
then with you
quote-unquote
being
bad
home to see it, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah, I think you got the key to your city about
Yeah,
6, 7 months ago.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, right. Congratulations
Yeah.
again.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
I
it.
knew
They
that.
allowed
I knew
their
that feeling.
blessing
I
us.
could join you.
Man,
Be
it's a big deal, man. Like you said, well deserved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well
right.
deserved. Yeah.
So that also opens up doors, man. I'm proud of that, man.
Maybe y'all should have some music to release around that time.
Probably will.
That would be good.
We got what 6
Cause
or 5 of them.
now you got news. You know what I'm saying? You got some
Right.
news,
News
man.
to
Hey,
go
man,
along with
UNLV
the
just got the
music.
key to the city. We
Right.
did this back then. This is what we doing now.
we
Boom,
dropping,
check it out.
right.
Yeah.
Bro.
I like that. I like that.
that. Man, thanks for having us, man. You told me when my dog come home, bro. You got me on here again with you.
My pleasure,
Yeah, that's
man.
love,
That's
dog.
an honor,
Appreciate
man.
that,
It's an
man.
honor, man. It's an honor,
My
man.
pleasure, man.
Listen, man, it's going down. It's Donnie Houston Podcast. I'm Donnie Houston. Yeah, Tec-9, UNLV. Hey, man, we're out of here.
Life.
Donnie Houston.
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston Podcast, man.